can see again.
Yeah, I'm Solido City. Y'all saw the kid and y'all done heard what I put out, like don't question. My status is fitting for what I bring with me. I'm doing it solo, snapping so hard I'ma be here forever, like fathers and photos. And if you try ripping my G, I'ma make you deceased. Dodo. I'm bouncing the beat like Pogo. Her ass going slow-mo, no need for a ride when I'm rocking this polo. This dick maker and haters get mad at the music, but still rock the logo. That shit be a no-no. This room getting rojo, so don't fuck with me or your ass get the kojos. Get body like sumo, finessing like Bruno. You act like a guy, but you more like a Sulo. I'm solidified in this city. Y'all saw the kid and then gave him some pity. Then y'all done heard what I put out, like no question. My status is fitting for what I bring with doing it solo. Snapping so hard I'ma be here forever, like fathers and photos. And if you try rip it, my G, I'ma make you deceased. Matter for extinct like a dodo. I don't need for most of my track to show I'm popping off. I got it on my back. I don't need labels to sell out my name and shit to piece together where my process at. I don't need managers dumbing down words and shit. Please understand that I know all my stats. Y'all just be tripping on top of my name cause you dropping the ball and I met with the bat. Man, fuck where you at. This whole fucking project's supposed to be putting this place on the map. And you feeling entitled to what I've been making, so you getting mad when I don't toss a stack. I'm getting suspicious when y'all get defensive about certain questions that ain't on intact. Man, how y'all supposed to be on your progression if you write a song and it sound like the last? No cap, man, snakes in the grass, never facing attacks. All this slither in others who bad. I don't got time for this shit, I be climbing the list. Y'all just bitches who think they can rap. Yeah, I'm the cream of the crop, never scheming the plot. Y'all be hanging but don't have a grasp. Don't think this a league and you start a team full of people who ball but you never could pass. Face facts, straight gas with a way that I drop. No plot, but I make a motherfucker go dip. No dots with a skip, no hop. Feel like 21 the way that I go ball. A lot patrol, no cop when I roll. No op, my wrist, that watch. I'ma spit a whole fire just to cook my pot. Ray Holmes, no knock. This is simple shit for me. Let me prove that this be my solidified spot. I'm solidified in this city. Y'all saw the kid and then gave him some pity. Then y'all done heard what I put out, like no question. My status be fitting for what I bring with me. I'm doing this solo, snapping so hard I'ma be here forever, like fathers and photos. And if you try ripping my G, I'ma make you deceased. Matter of fact, go extinct like a dodo.
Yo, man, it's the Chop It Up podcast. I'm your boy, Hulk Life. And what you just heard was solidified by my special guest, independent artist, Arms.
What's up?
What's up, man?
What's happening?
It's dope to have you in the building, talk some music with me. First of all, we'll get straight into the music. Hey, tell us about the creation behind Solidified.
Uh, all right. So I come from a kind of smaller state. Really, no roots or anything like that. I mean, if you look at like the history of our city and everything, most of it's like folk music. But recently, there's this like almost a cult feeling like group of hip hop artists and indie artists and just a thrown mix of people in there that are just coming out of the city and they're trying to build themselves a platform, give themselves something different to work with. Um, and there's a misconception that you can't make it here, and I'm trying to change that. Number one, and number two, we want to put this place on the map. And it's not so much of like a competitive outlook on this city at all. It's not like a oh yeah, this dude's doing this, so let me one up him. No, it's not like that. We're not competitive. It's all love out here for the most part. I mean, there is a couple people here and there, but we got like our groups and our cliques that we kind of fuck with for the most part and record at the studio. And that song was just kind of to like put myself out from the others in the city and just like show that I can do this the best that I can and put myself in a spot that's completely different from anybody else.
For those who don't know who Arms is, give the people a background on who you are, where you're from.
All right, so my name is Arms. I'm 21 years old from the city of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Um, I am not born here. I was born in Iowa, but I grew up here. So this is kind of the place of where I'm from. Um, it I didn't really like think of myself doing music growing up or anything like that. But as time went on and I got like more into like myself and started to like experiment with the stuff that I really want to do and understanding who I was as a person, I realized that I got a little bit deeper into music than everybody else. I'd be in the car and I'd repeat a song, and people would be like, "Why do you repeat this song?" And it's just because I want to understand it. I want to know it. I want to live it. I want to, put myself into that atmosphere at all times. And so I took it with a grain of salt at first, and then I ran with it when I realized that it was deeper than it was.
So, where did your name, your stage name, Arms, come from?
So my stage name is a ARM, like the ARM part is actually my initials, and the dollar sign is an ode to Joey Badass.
What inspired you to start making music?
Uh, So I've said this before and I'll say it again. Music comes from an emotional place. It's not always like a oh yeah, I like music so I'm gonna make music. No, that's not how it is. And if you I feel like if you're doing that, you're coming from the wrong area of expertise, and you need to really like reevaluate why you're making music. And so as a hormonal fucking teenager and all these like sad ass lonely fucking thoughts going through my head, all I did was write down sad stuff all the time. And I realized that I was horrible. I was terrible, bro. I was so bad. And then I started to like just kind of put stuff down on the paper and get more like outside feedback from everything. And that's when you kind of start to grow. You start to take yourself under your own wing, and critique yourself on a different level, and put yourself in this mindset of, okay, so that wasn't that good, let's change this, let's do this, let's do that. And sooner or later you kind of find what your niche is. Like, many people kind of have like their own like specific style. Like you've got the underground hip hop artists who have their own specific style, or you have the hyper pop people who love doing the hyper pop stuff, or like. And for me, it's not so much of having a niche. I like doing different things. I like trying different things. I like, like if you look, there is a like most of the songs that I've been releasing lately are really ignorant. They're just me popping off on my shit and talking my shit to people. But the previous songs before that, I've done like Mac Miller type stuff. I've done like introspective type stuff. I've done hyper pop type stuff. Like it's different. But for me, I guess at the moment, my niche would be kind of like ignorant, just being an asshole, and speaking my piece, and telling people, hey, like this is me, don't fuck with me, like y'all ain't on my level. I can't hear you if you speaking.
My fault, I was muted. I was saying that I like your style. Actually, your voice didn't sound like it's funny when you meet a person and their voice don't match up with how they look, and it just make all that. That's where gems come from. A lot of people don't understand. That's
It's
where gems come from.
I got a funny ass story about that. So,
Yeah.
there like in the is like Sioux Falls is the biggest city that South Dakota holds with like 200,000 people. So it ain't nothing special, right? But there is studios here and there that have gotten like a decent amount of traction, and the studio that I work with is what I consider the most professional one in the city. Just the equipment and stuff in there, they have stuff to work with Pro Tools if they really need to, and but it's deeper than that, like the hospitality, the people behind it, what they do, the type of trips that they do, the people that they bring in there. Like, I opened up for Shorty a couple months ago, and he actually came back to the studio and recorded there. Well, Shorty liked our engineer and producer so much that he brought him out to California when he dropped his most recent album. And like that just kind of goes to show how professional it is. But the engineer that does most of my stuff now, his name is Mike, and the owner of the studio is named Nate. Nate's from California, but he moved out here for college. He got an offer for, I think, like track or something like that. But he's owned businesses before, and he was really deep into music. He's only like 25, 26, but he's been working on production and music stuff for like 12 years. So he really knows what he's doing. Um, but the first time that I was ever in there, when Nate was in there, because the first time I was in there, I was recording a song with another friend of mine that I've really deep music stuff with before I met any of the guys at Wolvie's, which is what the studio's name is, Wolvie Records. And I came in there with the song called Notepad Shit, and I one taked it. Um, and I don't know if you've heard Notepad shit from like the discography that I've released so far, but I one taked that song, and Nate told me after, he's like, just this little white kid coming in here. I didn't expect much. I put him on the mic and I pressed play, and holy shit, what the, like, this doesn't match what this kid sound like, looks like at all. And so I don't know. I guess it's kind of like the shock factor, really. Like, you don't, like, music, you can be anything. So
That's that gym.
yeah.
Yeah. That's why I say that's the gym. That's the thing that make an artist stand out. When you don't care how they look and you just enjoy the music. You know what I'm saying? And that's rarity. So that's why I say when you don't expect what you see from what you hear, that's a rarity and it's a gift in that artistry. Cause definitely like that shit, like the song I just heard Solidify, that's some shit I can hear on the radio going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I see the potential. I see what you out here doing. If y'all ain't tapped in, y'all need to tap in. How about that? Come from under the rock, you in and tap in. Don't tap out, tap in. Um, we gonna take a little musical break, as we like to call it over here. We're gonna get back into the music. And speaking of, he was just talking about this track, and we're gonna go straight into this track. Notepad shit, you know. See what he's telling. And by the way, he's a verified artist on Spotify.
I'm a comic cold case with a case run cold. Full pace, my race sees road debt note on my desk with a page all wrote. And a bitch giving neck down low on stage with a chain that'll check y'all grow. Swear to God, I'm the best y'all know. No way that I fade from a test y'all choke. Cause I pass y'all shit with a pad, no notes. Hey, I don't play, coming correct, not a failure today. Check on the counter to look at the salary, say that I'm lying, you gave me the raise. I got a reputation for the shit you saying, but I couldn't care less anyway. Cause I'm on my K West, I just say less. Y'all are fans for just saying my name. Y'all want the bands, but ain't getting it. Get put in the trains and I'm flipping it. You call yourself a god and say that I'm rich, and you telling me what the difference is. Well, let me be honest, it's 2 or 3 comments, man. You got some shitty analysis. You coming at me with a team and you sounding so mean. Do you know who this palace is? Mine, bitch. Look at the status, I'm out in the stratus. You holding it down for your boys in the paddock. I'm winning this race from the basement to attic. You driving a foreign, I bet that you crash it. I say I'm a lane, you the lane that I'm passing. No holding me down when I carry a casket. And kidding with saying that you really soft. The balls on the spitting, your bones on I'm cracking.
A comic cold case with a case run cold. Full pace when I race these road debt note on my desk with a page all wrote. And a bitch giving neck down low on stage with a chain that'll check y'all grow. Swear to God, I'm the best y'all know. No way that I fade from a test y'all choke. Cause I pass y'all shit with a pad, no notes.
Hey, this is it. I got a pet with identikit. You cornered a kid with a knife, you gon' go off the grid like some witness protection shit. Was told I won't make it from goals that I'm chasing, but now I'm the best that there ever is. And no one will take it, I got it, I shake it like Bobby, I bake a switch out of it. I'm on top of this, copy on copy, my hobby, I'm up in the pounds. You down in the lobby, invited a girl cause I fuck with her body. She hearing my music while giving me toppy. I'm dropping these bombs, but no Nagasaki, get left with a shadow. I'm torching the posse, not hard, but not soft. Get labeled as saucy, my cash has been stacking like flap at your body, let's go. Hey, I don't play, I'm with the best, but nothing on my plate. I got a schedule to keep and I'm planning to eat, and you bitches got nothing to say. It's funny you dummies are trying to lease, only ever around me when I get to pay. But I'm gonna keep doing me, and then one day you'll see that the notepad in me got a fate. I'm a comic cold case with a case run cold. Full pace when I race these road debt note on my desk with a page all wrote. And a bitch giving neck down low on stage with a chain that'll check y'all grow. Swear to God, I'm the best y'all know. No way that I fade from a test y'all choke. Cause I pass y'all shit with a pad, no notes.
Yeah, man. I don't think I was ready, man. I think I thought it was some bullshit gonna happen today. I don't think y'all came in prepared for what was gonna happen today. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, when I say talented, talented. Man. Uh oh.
Oh, my bad. So I'm playing on my phone.
Oh, good. I be having ads playing. They know how it is over here. We purely organic. We take the errors alone. Um, but yeah, I'm curious to know who are the top 5 besides yourself. Who are the top 5 artists in your playlist today? What you listening to?
In my playlist today, all right, bro. So number one, forefront will always be JID. Always, always, always will be JID. At a close second, I'll probably have to put Mac Miller. Are we putting living artists, or are we, It don't matter. All right, cool. So Matt Miller probably goes second for me. It's just the pure like creation, the motive behind the music, and what really matters when you put it down. And so number 3 would probably have to go to Joey Badass. At the current moment with the new album 2000. 4, I'm gonna have to put Loot from Dreamville, and then 5 is gonna be Denzel Curry.
I will say this, um, and I say this a lot because y'all know when I first started doing this, a lot of the artists that I was interviewing was young, but they were super talented. And I always say the future looking bright. You know, when I say it's looking bright, it's looking bright. They got the guy that's got the little baby flow, but he got a nice flow. It's on that's crazy. It's just so much gifted talent coming up, man. Make sure y'all supporting these artists, though, man. Make sure y'all definitely supporting these artists. Um, what artists? I mean, yeah, what artists inspire you musically?
That's a good question. So I guess when I like started kind of realizing the music was my thing was when I started like memorizing lyrics and started like making it important to me. And you know, like when it was important to me to like impress people that I knew lyrics of songs. And so at first it like, I mean, there's obviously like the entry level artists like Logic when I first started, especially because he was a fucking nerd, bro, and I'm a nerd. So like it just so happens that I like click with that kind of music. But and then it got into like Jordan Lucas and J. Cole, and then it got even deeper than that, and then it went to Denzel Curry and JID. Like at the starting point was Logic for me at first, but then it evolved into something completely different. And now I can't even say that one person inspires me. It's more of like everything that I take in. I'm like a sponge, and no matter what I listen to, I'm like, oh, that's hard. I gotta figure out my own way to do something like that. And as you heard with Notepad shit, that's kind of like my way of like kind of like being like, oh, I like what Jordan Lucas was doing with his flows, because with him, it's not so much of like I switch up a flow. It's like keep going with the flow, keep going with the flow, and then people get a little confused as to why it doesn't switch, and then it switches, you know. And it's like kind of like what my like version of it would look like, but in my own style, in my own way, and putting it down on the paper with my own rhyme scheme, my own like beat choice, everything like that. And it's just like it's just more of how can I do more of me now, but in a different way.
Yeah. We're gonna get back into the music, give you more music, this musical break. Uh, give me a second.
Want a black Rolls Royce in a big white mansion. Big bet, sweet dreams, Marilyn Manson. I'ma take over the next expansion. Put your hands up for the Midwest anthem. Me and my team on the main stage dancing. All girls now think the boy so handsome. Friends turn enemies, hating in tandem. Big bad man, y'all throwing them tantrums. Look at the sheets. Hey, you need to look at the sheets. All of the data for progress they showing them now has been pointing to me. Now I do not brag about posts, but I'm doing this and I hope that they see. And they keep on asking for features, but getting upset when I say I don't do it for free, but you the pass it the green if you want it. Went with the cash that I see been flying. I'm not a dummy, don't play me for one. If you do, then I promise you're part of the honey. You better pay homage to me, cause I'm best in the scene without some my soul on a dotted. And I got the heater on me, and it's same that your teeth and your body gets found when it's rotted. I got the process of the profit, taking these dubs ain't no losses. Where was the love when I had no voice and I lacked that cash up in a wallet? Now I'm stacking on racks and I came a long way from the kid recording in a closet. From 10 to the 1, countdown to the sun. I'm pilot, blast off like a rocket. Now say what's up. In a top class mansion, still on payroll, need a few hands yet. I can even grab at the fact I'm demanded. Never been a thing for wanna understand. No wave that I ride, I don't even got a plan. Just doing this on command as I go like a bandit. I hit him on the gram and he froze in a panic. I'm touring with the man on my foes like Andy. For buzz, they doing the most. Have them like wow, on the flows I ain't slowing, bitch I'm going for broke. You better put your arms up, moving angle, you caught in the choke. Been sleep, think it's time they woke up. No holding back, I'm older, but
that don't change nothing, I'm a gap. People waiting for the boy to go hoist the track, and any groupie inside, I'm avoiding that. But maybe one day I'll be put on by Hop. Probably not, but it's still worth a shot. Fuck by the legends, just hope and remember. Don't want no respect about something I'm not. Here comes a new year with the same stupid bullshit. It ain't no surprise that it won't ever stop. Part of a plot, but now we ain't involved. We more like the guinea pigs looking for shock value. At the top, is it all just rocks? Value for a knock in the ball, but I'm Robert Parrish with the blocks. Plenty respect from the doctors all over the apple. Like, yeah, shout out to the Bronx and all of these rappers. It says now I'm cleaning up and sweeping back, so they all getting washed. Tell a bit arm to the 10, no stopping it now, so it's chops.
That was Say What's Up.
Yeah.
Th- There's no that creative process behind Say What's Up.
So that was the second song I had ever released on major platforms. And as far as like artistry goes, there's this kid in my city named Donatello, and Donatello is he's a different breed, bro. That second verse just proves it all. Kid's got like 60,000 monthly listeners on Spotify without even promoing and doing all this other shit. And I had been striving to do a song with him for forever, and I wanted to do kind of like an anthemy style stuff, like, hey, like the Midwest is here, bro. Like the South Dakota is here. No matter what you think, we are here and we are ready to fuck shit up. Like this is the point of this song, and that's kind of what I decided to put down on the lyrics and the page and everything. And he actually came back to me, and I don't know if this is still true because he's making music to this day, and so am I. So I'm not sure if this is like the full case, but he came back to me after that song, and he was like, "Yeah, that's my favorite feature I've ever done for anybody. The song just goes together. There's really no hook, no chorus. Like, it's mostly just bars all the way through." And I think that's why I made it, was to kind of prove like, hey, we don't need a hook or a chorus to show you that we fire. Like that's not the point of the song. And so we actually ended up we were planning on recording together and doing it in one session, but me and him had stuff going on, so we had to do it separately. But it still came out great, in my opinion. That shit came out fire as fuck. In all respect to the process and how it went down. It took a while for us to get it finished, but I mean the numbers say it all. For somebody who doesn't really promo himself, me especially, and him, the numbers came out pretty well, and he's got a pretty decent following in itself, organically, for it to just kind of pick up traction. And I thought it was a good opportunity for me. I mean, I'm always looking at like the opportunity, but it's deeper than that for me too. It's about who I can connect with, and what's going to sound good for me, and how much am I going to enjoy the process of creating it. And the name of the song, like I said, just is Say What's Up. Like that's what we tried to create with that, is hey bro, we here, we doing this shit.
His verse was crazy. First and foremost, if you watching, hell of a verse. Definitely tap in. Definitely got to have you come on. Let's talk music when you get a chance. Probably busy, but tap in. Definitely dope verse from Donatello. Dope verse from you. It was definitely well put together. What I like and you about you, and you said it at the beginning. You ain't trying to be something you're not. You know what I'm saying? You telling your stories without talking about trying to be something you're not. You're not talking about guns and violence. You're just talking your shit. And that, as an artist, we can respect because you're keeping it original. You know what I'm saying? And you do got bars, and anybody that say less got can't fucking hear it. Now, that being said, uh, if there was any artist you can collab with, who would that be?
JID.
Yeah,
That's the first and foremost right there, is JID. There ain't no question about it. You could ask me that question and I'll finish it before you even end the question. Um, it's just something about it, bro. I mean, creatively, the guy's on a different level. I mean, and whatever he touches just turns to gold, bro. I swear to God, no matter what, whatever he touches turns to gold. It doesn't matter if it's like an R&B type song or like a chill song. Like no matter what type of like niche or like genre, like subgenre artist he touches, he does well at. Like he did like the song with Imagine Dragons, Enemy. And I mean, it didn't matter who was on the other end of that shit. He still he burned the shit out that. I don't care what anybody says. And you know, it would be an honor. I don't care if he carries me. I don't care if he, you know, does all this shit. Like, it's just the experience that I'm looking for. And also, you know, I don't look like people look at cosigns in the wrong way, in my opinion. Like, if an artist cosigns you, you looking at it the wrong way if you think it's gonna make you blow up. What I think an artist cosign should mean is I'm going in the right direction. That's what that should mean. Like, you know, uh, Donatello really likes Hobson and Token,
Hmm.
and those two artists respectively, and he got a cosign from
Yeah.
Token, and me and him discussed it and everything, and I was talking to the people at the studio that I rock with, and for us it's more of like a, oh yeah, this should let us know that we're going in the right direction, not that oh, we're gonna blow up because of this. No, that's not how that should work. You know, I'm looking for different ways to show that I'm improving, because as an artist it's not about am I fire, it's about how can I make this better. I'm always critiquing myself in the back of my mind. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Oh, well, maybe I could switch that up or do something different here. Or the mix didn't come out quite like I like it to. Can I get in a different time and record this differently? You know, it's always something new, and refining it and making it better is something that as artists we don't struggle with, but we just have a hard time putting it down and making it more of a finished product, because it's never going to be finished in our mind, no matter what. We can always release something that we think sounds great in the end because we put time into it, and maybe we get tired putting time into it and everything like that, and it's where we get it to a place where we're like, oh, it's okay. But in the end it'll always be us being like, damn, I wish I would have did that differently, even if it's released, you know. And and that's kind of like the point of where, speaking of going off on a tangent and everything, it's just like back to the whole cosign thing. That's like, if I ever got a feature with JID, that would tell me that I'm going in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That validation is understandable. We're gonna take another our last musical break of the show. Excuse me.
Let
Jesus.
me recommend either Face Up or Spaceman. Spaceman's got a feature on it, but if you are looking for a solo song, Face Up is a good one.
30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting.
Hey, y'all should've told them that we are the greatest. I pitching some new shit, they call it a change. A drop heat for the fans, I'm feeling amazing. Watch haters be bitching, I keep them complaining. I keep it 10 toes, straight down on the payment. I switch up the roles, now I get the payment. Go hit up the ports, I'm out in the Cayman. I caught me a rose, I feel like a spaceman.
Yeah. Woke up today and I felt like an astronaut. Sun, I'm high as the moon. I'm counting the money. Remember me having eyes. Nah, my pocket's too fat. I need an ice pack. I really be having knots. Remember the police lined us on the wall in the streets. Now I really be having stocks. When you get a bit of coin, get you some Bitcoin. Y'all won't do that cause y'all dodge coin. Just me and my dogs in the spaceship going to the moon. I don't know where y'all going. Me and the ones that I trust. Like Elon, got a charge for the must. And if I'm being honest, I feel like G honest. Not on who, but I play for the Bucks. Shit, enough is enough. No, I can't sit, no, I can't be a duck. She think it's love, but it's lust. She don't really know, cause I give her a rush. Want me to kneel down like Armstrong, but I can take a day off. Baby girl, wait for the countdown, cause I'm about to take off.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3.
Yeah,
2.
I stepped to the plate, now get out my face. Told him I don't deal with snakes. I'm full speed ahead cause these bitches all saw what I risked. They got scared and they step on the brakes. I don't got what it takes. Talking y'all shit but forget to be moving. You stuck in your place. And now I'm just laughing cause y'all puking nut critic statements. I'm asking you, how does it taste? Now that they think that they figured me out, I give them something to be talking about. They got the motor so they keep on rolling the dice. Better gamble, don't give them the clout. I'm the cat, you the mouse. If I don't get you then the trap will hit you. You'll be dead with a cheese in your mouth. You see me get up on the charts and think it's a sign to get loud. You the quietest sound. Y'all only do it cause you know that that is just how I allow it to be. Every mention that you make is giving every ounce of power to me. You stupid bitches all think I be giving out all of this out for free. But y'all got a problem with leeching, so get up my mentions and off of your knees. The prophet of G's, your promise ain't nothing to sneeze. My come with a breeze, when I said I'm taking the scene, I do it with ease. I spit with a heat and a freeze, like icy hot shack with the reach. I'm back with the cream, we told it in all of your team. We breaking the seams with bloody ass screams. The astronaut drip, we appeal, come to light with the speed.
and see again.
Definitely another bop. That was Space Jam. You want to tell us about that and that feature?
So the feature was Carleone. Carleone had a 2K21 playlist spot. I can't remember the song. Up next, I think that's is the song that he had on the playlist spot for 2K21. Um, yeah, man, that was crazy because so it was like the first time, and I wouldn't say this in like general because it's not like a too professional of a thing where you get like special treatment at the studio, but that was the first time that I kind of noticed the atmosphere change when Carleone kind of stepped in the room, and it was because Nate and Carleone are really good friends. They worked on Up Next together, and they got that playlist spot together, and so he was kind of a big deal around this local studio. Um, and so when he came into the room to work with me, the whole thing changed. I mean, it was posting on Instagram talking about us making a song together. It was posting on like it was just everywhere at that point. They were like excited to work with us and everything like that. And they're excited to work with me as a whole in general, but it was totally different when they got to see two worlds collide. Um, but I was half prepared with a verse and not half prepared. So like that first part of the verse that I did was written earlier the week, and then the last part of the verse that I did was actually written in the studio. But his entire thing was written in the studio, and he just had headphones on the entire time on the couch just writing, and it came out way better than I ever expected. I mean, this dude is a different breed again. Like the people that I've gotten a chance to work with are just they're talented on a different level, and they make me question myself as an artist. Like, damn, I ain't that bad, am I? Like, hearing their verse compared to mine and everything. But that was, hearing that song all together and just him being like, dude, that shit's fire. We got to do another one. It came back quite
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Um, how would you describe your growth from when you first started making music to now?
Oh, astronomical. It when I always describe newer artists, and I try not to like shit on anybody or anything because it can always come off like that when you're trying to tell somebody or give somebody criticism, and criticism ain't always a bad thing. That word kind of has a bad connotation behind it, but like some people when they record in their verse and everything, it sounds almost like they're reading it off a paper. Like they don't know what to say next, so they have to read the rest of the part. And music is I like to say it's half preparation and it's half acting. Like you have to kind of believe what you're saying, and if you don't, it's gonna come off uh, non-authentic. It's gonna come off like you don't really believe what you're saying. And so in the start, that's kind of how I was. It was really hard for me to believe what I was saying, and I couldn't really put emotions behind the words very well. And now when I put stuff down, my engineers always saying, "Oh, your voice is so easy to mix." Well, I mean, I'm glad that it is. I'm glad that it is, and it's just because there's a passion behind it now. There's something to grow towards. There's a goal that I want to reach, and the things that I'm saying now are true to me. And if I'm never gonna write a song that's not true to me. And even then, I have a difficult time writing some of the songs now. It's just I'm a perfectionist at heart. Um, so the growth between me when I first started out writing the sad ass songs and shit like that, and trying to put emotion behind it was difficult. But to see where I am now, it really shows that I give a shit about this. This is something that matters to me.
Yeah. Yeah, dedication matters. Any artist out there, if you're trying to do this shit, this shit takes man hours. It takes dedication, it takes focus. I mean, you don't, when you hear about all this, like Fevo 4 and Lil Wayne, they always in the studio 24/7, 7 days a week, perfecting their craft. If you want this type of lifestyle, you gotta be serious about it. You can't come playing and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause these artists take this shit serious. That's why I like to do these interviews and get that behind the scenes take. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a lot of dedication. You don't get a lot of those. You don't get a lot of those that's gonna shut. But what matters is getting that one yes and making it count. You know what I'm saying? So understand that. Uh, let the people know where they can find you on what social media platforms where you at.
You could find me on Instagram and Snapchat for the most part. I don't really fuck around with Twitter too much. I don't like Twitter.
Mm,
Um, just a bunch of bullshit on Twitter. But
mm-hmm.
on Instagram it's Andrew.Marcotte 315, and you spell Marcotte Marcotte. And on Snapchat it's just Arms Music, but the S is just an S on Snapchat because it won't let you use special characters. So
Yeah. Let them know if you got anything new about to come out. If you dropping something, whatever you want to tell them without telling them too much. I know.
yeah, so just I've been I got some contacts at the Shorty Show that I started to work with. I'm working with this artist from Minnesota. He's got some really great dope contacts. He works with Nolly and all those really big producers that have done some shit for like Kendrick and all this, and you know, and so I'm excited to see where that goes. And if you haven't checked out my latest release, it's Face Up. Really dope song. I really enjoyed that. Just know that the new stuff that I got coming is on a different level, and you're gonna start seeing some big numbers from me, and hopefully some better marketing and some, just see me everywhere. I'm trying my hardest out here to be authentic without pushing the boundaries, and
Mm.
but there's a right thing to do and there's a wrong thing to do, and I'm trying to stick to my home roots. People always ask me, should I move out of here and go somewhere else and try and figure out how to blow up from there? And I always tell them I don't think that that's the right choice. I mean, the internet's a huge place now.
Yeah. You don't have. That's the thing. You don't have to go nowhere else. If, understand the metaverse is the future. So tap into it because you can get a lot of reach by using the internet. And I know a lot of people don't know how to use computers and use the internet, and that's what's stopping a lot of people from going. But get that information, study it because the metaverse is gonna be the future. You're gonna have flying cars and all kind of shit going on in a minute. We already got smart cars, and there's still some flying cars. You know what I'm saying? Cars driving themselves already. So we pushing into the future, and technology is gonna be that lead when it comes. So definitely get suited and booted on that if you haven't already. Um, Man, it's been a Chop It Up podcast, man. It's been a dope interview with my guest, North Dakota independent artist, Arms, dope ass music. He's definitely one of those artists that's up next, so keep in tune to what he's doing. I like how humble he is, but bro is super talented. I definitely stay tuned. Don't be surprised if you hear him on iHeart in a couple years. Don't be surprised if you hear him all over your radios. I'm telling you, you heard it here first. So when it happened, I'm gonna say I ain't gonna say I told y'all so, but I'm gonna say I told y'all to go listen. You know what I'm saying? Cause guarantee it's gonna happen sooner or later. Brother just super talented. He's making all the right moves, all the right connections. Um, and I just can't wait to see what he do next. You know what I'm saying? It's been a Chop It Up podcast, man. It's been your boy Hawk Life. Once again, special thank you to my guest Arms for being in the building. Chop it up. Let's talk.